Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. After the Butchart Gardens, I decided to come over here to one of my other favorite place. Of course, the Butchart Garden is different. The Butchart Garden is definitely my favorite place, one of my favorite place. And this park is also a very, very special park. It's called Lau Vernu or John Dean Provincial Park. Let's take a look. This park, as you can see, is filled with cedar pine trees, which are very similar to the bush, which is very common in Hungary. So if you take a leaf and if you rub it to your finger, you rub it together, then you will see how amazingly it smells like. There used to be a German body shower from Fa or Fe in English, Fa, which had a very which had that natural cedar leaf in it. It was super refreshing, super good. There is a map of the park, Lau Vernu. Lau as a sounds very similar to Lao Tzu, spelled differently. Lao Tzu was a very, very popular, very famous Chinese philosopher who is the founder of Taoism, which has meant to intellectually protect human spiritual qualities from all the bad spiritual qualities. Lao Tzu wasn't talking much about biochemical qualities and how to protect those, but apparently when it came to Taoism also did figure out everything regarding to human life sciences as an ancient Chinese or Asian culture. Taoism has a religion which is Buddhism. I don't know much about John Dean. It sounds like a very nice name with a very nice man. Sounds similar to John Deere. Everybody knows the tractors. So if you go hike around this area, then you will find pathways off from this hill or mountain top, going to every directions, to any directions or any direction. Some directions will take you to beautiful views to the east side. Some will take you to beautiful views to all the different sides. Technically, you can go to the west side, look at over the Gulf Stream Inlet, or south side or north side. There is also an instrument on this hill, on this mountain. It's a pseer. It's a big pseer, a big ball-shaped. I don't know what would you call it. Interconnection ability enhancer, technically. And of course there are radars as well with it, next to it. So if you ever may wonder if the X-Men movie was true, when Xavier, one of the professors, went into the big ball-shaped room and was able to connect to minds, then all I have to say, yes, it is true. The brain waves are electromagnetic waves, and it is possible to actually, it is possible to monitor it, possible to connect to other electromagnetic waves, brain waves. It is also possible to manipulate brain waves, not only monitor. Anything technically what is related to brain waves, it is possible to achieve through that ball-shaped instrument what I was just talking about. This is one of the neighborhoods I used to live in. It was a very good neighborhood. When COVID arrived in 2020, I was living here, and then I was on the way to the military to report how the international crime has been spread and arrived here and what to do about it. And I want to join the military because I know how to actually stop the pandemic. Then on the way to the headquarters in Victoria, I got poisoned by cyanide delivered by drones, and it was in January, very slippery. It was 2020 January, so right in the beginning, when the first wave arrived to Canada, over here to this side of Canada, then I was very eager to find out how to stop it, and then as soon as I figured it, next day I was going to head down to the headquarters of the military, the Navy and military. The Navy and the military in this sense are together. So on the way, while I was traveling on this road, which you just saw, which I was just traveling on in a few seconds ago, the road was filled with snow, and there were people walking on the side of the road. It was slightly snowing as well, and because my brain cells were attacked by cyanide, they started acidifying, they started the acidosis, they started acidifying the brain cells, and at that point human brain qualities really become the opposite, as otherwise the alkaline and alkalizing nature would produce or would have by functionalities. Luckily, my vehicle at that time had a gyroscopic system, so I was able to navigate the vehicle, and it also had a very special gear shifter, which I could shift back to reverse during motion. So I was able to navigate the vehicle without actually hitting anyone on the side of the road or getting off the road or doing anything. But it was ice underneath the snowy road, which I was not aware of. So this is why I hope that in the future, when it comes to do anything with brainwaves, especially monitoring it, monitoring the thoughts to it as well, I really hope that there will be better preventive techniques rather than in the past, when someone knows that someone will get troubled by troubled others. That's all I have to say about this. This technology is existing since very, very long time ago. We weren't being able to being produced or being created without having monitoring systems linked to our brainwaves and thoughts and feelings, as well as everything with it. We wouldn't been allowed to be produced or created, or in some cases evolved otherwise, because the ecological system, sometimes they say ecological system for a good reason, is extremely fragile. Everybody knows how echo works, everybody knows what reactions do, actions do. They produce reactions, and it is a very, very fragile world, since we are talking about living beings who were once living only in heaven. Aloha. Now I am over here at one of my other favorite recreation center. This center, I know in English would say recreation centers, one of my favorite recreation centers, but that's wrong. Grammarly is that wrong. Maybe my pronunciations are not always the best. Depends on how many languages do I have in my mind at the time, all at once. But so it's called. This is one of my favorite places. It's just one of it. This is one of my favorite places, Panorama Recreation Center. This place is actually really, really, really nice. Just like in most of these facilities which were generated which were generated around the same time and around the same purposes. This facility also has, as you can see, it has a huge, I will show it to you, it has a huge slide, water slide. Look at that. Look at that. That's a huge water slide. Now, this water slide is inside the building as well as on the outside of the building, which is, I think, super cool. Especially when it's like really nice sunny. It's always super cool, even when it's very cold outside and it's very hot out, but it's hot inside, and then you are technically sliding through the winter in the warm water. What could be better than that? So the swimming pool, this recreation center, just like most others in this category of nature, and from that era when Canada was actually supported to do well, the public was actually supported to do well. And again, if you don't have the financial resources, the population, the community will help you to get free access. Certain amount of free access, of course, but you will have free access. Blue flowers. Okay. Aloha. I wish everyone a beautiful day. Please be very careful about how you manage your biochemical system, by what goes in your system, physical things. Please be very careful what goes in your system energetically, spiritually. Everything has a radiation, and living beings have biological radiation. So be careful what goes in you, through you, psychologically. So everything could be either infectious, which is a bad thing, or could be healing, could be blessing. And then of course, once bad things are in, and good things will exchange them. That's how we do, that's how we heal. We exchange anything bad, including the effects, with good ones. Then we heal. Or set to the path to be healed. Aloha.